the Court of Appeal held that the Finance Act 2023-2024 was unconstitutional. That is what you said in Parliament on the floor of the House, but as chairman of Budget and Appropriations Committee, what do you make of that?
Thank you very much, George, again for coming over here. This is where we serve Kenyans in regards to the budget making process, and it's a very intense job because every now and then we are usually in a cycle, whether through making of the budget, implementation, because it's a long process. Last week, as you say, the Court of Appeal ruled in regards to the finance bill of 2022-2023. From the onset, because it's important that we also move together with the viewers.
Yes.
In Parliament, we have two committees that primarily, actually three, that deal primarily with budget making process. One is the Finance Committee, led by my brother Honorable Kimani Kuria. The other one is called Debt Committee. Debt Committee also sets anything around debts, led by Honorable Shurie. We are also now on this other side of the expenditure, which is the budget side. The budget and appropriation is basically about expenditure. The other two is about where the money is coming from. Because money either comes from revenue or from deficit. Deficit means then you have to borrow. On the revenue side, money comes either from ordinary revenue, appropriations in aid, which is the monies you pay in any government office when you are receiving a service, or a grant. Grants are usually marginal. The bulk of the money that we raise as a country comes from ordinary revenue, which is basically taxes across all the cadres of taxes. So definitely, therefore, last week's judgment has a ramification on the money we collect, and therefore also should have on the money we spend. Because budget is two-sided. Just like a household budget, where you get money from salary, from sale of a plot, from rental income, and this on the expenditure side, school fees, maintenance of a vehicle, food, clothing, is basically how the government runs. If therefore on the household you have predicaments meeting the revenues, either by way of having your flat not being occupied, people have moved out, then what usually you do is to adjust your expenditure, or then you borrow to maintain the same utility you are having before. We're in the same situation now, and I am sure maybe going forward we will have a fairer judgment.
Fairer judgment.
Yeah.
So at this point, Mheshimiwa, the question has been, so do we revert to the budget of the 2023-2024 or 2022-2023? What do we work with?
As things are now, there is no finance bill of 24-25.
Yes.
As you know, the president never assented to it. As things are now, though there is an appeal, I think so, if I'm anticipating, if there is no appeal, then even the 2023-2024 is therefore not in force. And therefore then, that leaves the last one, which is 2022-2023 finance bill. Remember, again, I'm keeping repeating, finance bill is totally different from budget.
Budget, yes.
Yes. Finance bill deals with revenue, headed by or oversighted by a different committee in Parliament. Yes. But we have to answer it because we work together.